Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Metaphor Fantazio. Last time, we confronted the dragon god Eht and faced down Homo Margo, saving not only Eupha's life, and with her joining our team in the process, awakening to the summer archetype, but we also saved Virga Island, which is now officially renamed to Eht Ria. Along with that, Eupha has officially joined our team, and is going to be helping us conspire to defeat Luis, as we've now realized that Dracodios can pierce through the king's magic. So, assassination's back on the table, baby! Anyways, we have 12 days to prepare for our battle against Luis that will hopefully end with him stuck like a pig. But because of that, we still have plenty of things to do. First things first, we are going to be giving this Horse Fisher Crone. I feel like that's a terrible name for you, lady, but we're gonna be giving her item.
Not finished.
Have you brought me a polar stone by any chance? It took some effort. It took like, what, 5 episodes, but we got there.
Isn't that
Oh, you found at least one of my stones. Now I can make a doll for my grandchild. You saved me. No, you saved my grandchild's life. The rumors were true then. You really do have a good heart. Take a little extra with my thanks. Thank you.
mission accomplished?
Got some polar stones. We get passionate wraps and 33,000 reeve, giving us even more money. All 3 stones are safely back in my grasp. Words cannot express my gratitude, my boy, but hopefully this reward can. We got the sumptuous Magla feast and a divine elixir. Here, from me, my son, and his wife. We all want you to have this. Wait, I thought the whole reason you had us gather these was because you couldn't tell your family you dropped them. Yes, at first, I intended to hide my mistakes. But after I sent you off, I gave it some more thought. The stones are guiding tools for us fisherfolk, that we might find the right path. Can I really pass them to my grandchild under such deception?
I feel fine.
Oh, they were shocked to be sure, but in the end, all of them, even my grandchild, simply laughed and forgave me. When I told them about you, they were all moved that you would go so far for a complete stranger.
Thank you, dear.
It isn't much, but we're all supporting your bid for that throne of yours. Seems like we ended up getting a lot out of this, huh, Will? Seems like we did indeed. Before we do any more side questing, accepting and completing, I do want to go over to the shop and do our whole song and dance, because, oh boy, are we going to run the coffers of Eht Ria dry with how much we're going to be selling our items. We do have also a lot of items that need to be reappraised. I don't think I'll be reappraising all of them, though. Let's go and sell this. We have 105,000 reeve worth of loot for us here. Unfortunately, we didn't get a rare drop that we could have gotten from Homo Margo, where we could have sold that for 50,000 reeve, but it's not the end of the world. I made sure to get extra cash just in case we did not get that. Now, in terms of appraisals, as you can see, we have quite a few. I'm just gonna go ahead and go quickly through this and we'll see what we get. Mossy Longarm, we got Armor Piercer, not bad. Superior Mossy Longarm. I did not even see what we got there, that's not good. Let me just open up my inventory because we can see most recent items. Oh well, probably not that important, right? Let's go ahead and just appraise other things. We got the Mossy Weapon. We got Expert's Crossbow, Superior Mossy Weapon, Sylvan Bow, we already have one of those, Mossy Curio, Celestial Abacus. Magic +3 on an Abacus isn't super helpful, but it can come in handy. Superior Mossy Curio, Fire Bloom Signal, okay, increased fire attack strength, 285 attack power. Mossy Hard Armor, there's 2 of these that we've got. Spike Vest and Chimera Armor. And Superior Mossy Threads, giving us a Fusskampf, 255 defense, and can reduce the damage from your weakness being hit. Actually, speaking of items, let's take a look at Eupha's gear as a summoner. And we'll take a look at summoner properly in just a second, but let's take a look at her gear real fast. She starts with Inherited Crozier from her mother. Now, obviously, we don't have any of the extra summoner weapons, so looking at what else she can equip, we want, just for reference, Eupha is another magic-focused party member, though she is a little bit more balanced in terms of her stat spread than Juna is. Juna fully leans into magic. Eupha's a bit more reserved, and will have uses in other cases. But she is more magic focused, so we are definitely going to want to lean into that aspect of her more than we would for other characters. So let's just, for right now, let's put something on her that will help with her magic. Let's go with Witch's Earring for right now. Priestess Hairpin's fine. Maiden's Robe is okay. And we can maybe grab a new item for her. I kind of doubt it, but we'll give it a shot anyways. Do you have any weapons for the summoner? You do not. That's unfortunate. Well, it's not like we won't be able to find better weapons for her later. It just means that she's going to be falling behind a little bit in terms of overall damage. Now, before we go over here, I want to see if... Yes, okay. So, I want to go over to this shopkeep that has now recently opened up. This is the Boastful Shopkeeper. Welcome, any interest in these materials? I hunted myself. This guy, well, actually, I guess he hasn't opened up. He originally only had these meats, but now he has talismans. The Summoner is very similar to the Masked Dancer, where they utilize specific key items in order to make their abilities. And in the Summoner's case, they need these talismans. These are very, very powerful yet expensive items that will be needed to make some of the stronger moves that the Summoner has access to. And I want to buy a few of these. I'm going to go ahead and snag... actually, hang on. Let's hold on to that. And since we are obviously talking about the Summoner, let's go over to more and see exactly what we can make right now for the Summoner. With a new ally comes yet another new power, I see. As you already know, what you've discovered is called the Summoner, an intriguing archetype that calls forth mythical beings from worlds we can hardly imagine. However, in order to summon anything, it requires a vessel, a catalyst, unique to each being you wish to call forth. Henceforth, I shall craft these vessels for you. I've added a new item and special experiments for just such a purpose. Should you desire to hear more, I have a lecture prepared for you. If you'd like to listen, by all means. Well, let's go ahead and check out these special experiments. Use these talismans to create vessels, which are necessary for the Summoner to summon monsters. Like masks, materials can make vessels are obtained from enemies in battle. The benefit is these vessels do not take up an accessory slot like they do for the Masked Dancer. They just create skills.
How good of you.
And there are certain summons that are locked to later parts of the archetype lineage, so obviously not all of these are going to be immediately useful. Let's go ahead into special experiments, so let's do summon experiments. And obviously we can make the Stonewing Vessel, a vessel for summoners to call upon the Gargoyle. Gargoyles use fire magic and inflicts burn, pretty decent. Goblin Loincloth, which is a goblin attack with strike damage. Cockatrice does dark magic and inflicts poison. We got a lot of things here. Now, these are just standard summoner attacks, so we need certain talismans. Obviously, let's get the Stonewing Vessel, just so we have more abilities. Alright, there we go, Stonewing Vessel. You can now use the summoner archetype to call upon Gargoyle. He uses fire magic and inflicts burn. Now, what else do I want? Flaming Main Vessel could be decent if I get the Talisman of the Avian. War God will summon a Guptaros. Pretty decent. The summoner's attack power will be scaling off of whoever your current summoner is. So, obviously, strike attacks would be good for coverage, but they won't really be doing any crazy damage if Eupha is your summoner. Obviously, you can unlock summoner on someone like Stroll, who would have way better physical attack power, and he can make use of these. However, this is not something that I would really want for Eupha. Undead King uses dark magic and can instant kill. That's not bad. I think I might try to get the Flaming Mane and Gravelord Vessel. So I need the Avian and the Divine Talismans. So let's go and spend 200,000 Reeve on that real fast.
Come again.
Let's see here. We need Divine. And can I get one for the Avian? Yes, I can.
Hey, mister.
As you can see, things are pretty expensive, and these aren't even the things that I was farming money for. This is just extra money. This is just extra stuff I'll need to purchase. Anyways, let's go ahead and make these talismans, so we have more moves for Eupha to utilize. Now, what does a summoner do, really? Well, if you couldn't tell by now, the summoner is essentially a jack of all trades that has access to a variety of elemental attacks and physical attacks, as you can see here. Now, obviously, whenever you do create a new summon, it will just immediately be added to your kit. And as you can see, there isn't anything that you'll get as you level up. All of the skills that the summoner can learn are from these talismans, so you have to go out of your way to actively learn skills with the summoner outside of leveling it up. Now, it does have its own set of synthesis skills. Lizard Man, Undead King, Eagle Lion King, Dragon God, very, very convenient, and the Guptaros King. Now, the major thing here is that if you want to summon these synthesis skills, you will need an item. For example, the Undead King will need the Gravelord Vessel, and also a Thief, Faker, or Merchant lineage present, and the Goop Torosine will require a Minotaur Vessel, along with the Warrior Brawler and Berserker lineage. As you can see here, it requires there's a lot of requirements for utilizing the Summoner archetype, but it has some of the most variety out of any archetype in the game, and honestly, it's one of my personal favorites. It's not, like, super crazy, but it's a lot of fun to utilize, and it's one that I kind of enjoy experimenting with. Now, if we want to progress to the later stage, Eupha will need to have Magic Seeker. So, another good archetype lineage to have with her will be Seeker. So let's go ahead and unlock that. I think, honestly, it might be best to get her Mage as well, since she will be able to benefit from a variety of other elements. Now, most of Summoner's attacks are, unfortunately, AoE, which is why I wanted to get the Lava Beast, so we didn't have to worry about if one enemy's weak to burn, but one of them repels it. We could have some issues here. Obviously, the Gargoyle is single target attack, so we're okay. But if, for example, summon Eagle Lion, it's AoE damage. We want to make sure that we have access to single target moves, so we're not worrying about multiple enemies just kind of screwing us over. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the Mage on her as well. And other than that, maybe Healer for light magic, but I'm not too certain on that. Another one that I kind of like utilizing is the Commander, but for right now, we'll hold on to these two and just work on Seeker and Summoner. And for right now, I think it'd be best if we use some of our resources to just cap out Seeker for her, and maybe do a little bit of Mage leveling as well. It does not take many Heroes Leaf of Lights in order to max out a basic part of an archetype lineage, as long as it's a 3-step lineage. So this does not take too long. I think it's maybe... We started at 40, and now we're at 27, so it was 13 Heroes Leaf of Lights in order to cap this out, which isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and just get some coverage. Alright, there we go. We've now maxed out Mage, and we've maxed out Seeker on her. Now, there's one more thing I want to do here in Academia, and that is the Mystical Scroll here has updated. This is the item that showed us our real name that we put at the very beginning of the series, and had the picture of the Seeker on it. Now it has something else for us. At the end of the document, the word Jader is the word Jaders. According to Moore, it's a person's name.
Hey.
Just to be sure, the Royal Magic is the spell that got invoked at the Royal Funeral, right? And this is its formula?
Yes.
It does seem to be the case. Put another way, the king had a detailed plan to ensure how things would play out before he died at Luis's hand. Kind of a stupid plan if it involves giving your son's murderer a chance to take the throne. I don't see the logic. In the 785 years that Uchronia has endured, there's only been a few instances where the king has invoked this magic. A strong desire of some sort surely spurred his decision. I believe there are still secrets to be found, a reason that this script exists for the name and drawing of him.
Grant me a moment.
What a strange feeling I'm getting. Now that I consider it again, I feel as if I've seen this somewhere before. Why would I feel this way? It's certainly not a language used anywhere in the kingdom.
Got a moment?
Hey, are you okay? Indeed. It seems there's much I cannot recall. Should you learn anything new, I would appreciate it very much if you'd share it with me. Please examine the scroll whenever you've learned new truths. Alright, well, we'll be sure to keep that in mind. Next, there is an individual over by where Eupha is hanging out that I want to talk to. This little boy right over here.
Hey, mister.
Hey, mister. You saved our island, right? Mom says that sometimes it's nice to give people things when you want to say thank you. So, here, I found it in the well. Hey, a gold beetle! Okay, I'm gonna go play now. Thanks, Mr. Elza. Bye-bye. Hey, I'll take a gold beetle or two. Thank you very much. Now, since we have to spend 12 days before we have to prepare for the battle against Luis, I'd say this is a good time for us to start passing some, well, time. So let's see who is available for us to talk to. We got Stroll and Hulkenberg, Barden, and Maria. We can finish out Maria today, or we could finish out Stroll today. I think let's actually hang out with Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg ultimately decides that to correct Radanth, she must best him in a duel, and she would have Will act as a witness. This is something we've been preparing for I think, 2 months now, so, yeah. We've been preparing for this duel for a long time. I've decided I must put my life on the line. Thankfully, Hulkenberg is our tankest member, and she'll be doing just fine. Hello, Hulkenberg.
Well met.
We have the spear. As our sole means of dispatching Luis, it is a precious tool indeed. Now is the time for prudence. We strengthen our arm before the thrust. I've been thinking of my once compatriot Radanth. I still want to believe in him. Can't help but hope that in the heart of his ambition still lies a knight's conviction. I believe I know the way I might see the truth, through a fair and honest duel. Well, we need a stat check for this, but I doubt he'd fight fair. I feel like I can see through Radanth's plot with my overflowing wisdom!
Perhaps.
You think him capable of such dishonor? But surely... No, you're right. I shouldn't discount it. Perhaps he would resort to underhanded means.
No.
I suppose I simply didn't want to consider it. It's a hard prospect to face. He would change so drastically. But indeed, it is as you say. I have a higher cause to fight for. I cannot afford to risk my life on a more petty pursuit. You know, I actually have just asked a favor by an old acquaintance. I should reach out to him.
Say.
I should like to go to him now, if my witness has no objections. I don't mind.
I thank you.
Heartening indeed. Let us hurry to the gallows in Grand Trad. I've heard word that Radanth is preparing for another execution. Before I arrive, I must meet with a certain organization. You go on ahead. Let us meet at the gallows. Hear the animated voices of those gathering at the gallows.
Listen!
Good citizens! Once again, it appears some traitors have wormed their way into our midst.
Heed my word!
But fear not! In the name of the honorable order of knights, we shall render judgment upon these 8 pawns of evil who would disturb our peace!
Wait.
Radanth, halt!
Whoops.
What now? Have you come to aid in this execution?
No.
We're here, we've come to stop you.
Yes.
Indeed, you stand as the guiltiest man here. Never hide your sins behind the knighthood's honor again. By my hand, you will stain it no further. Well, isn't this a sight? That a defecting vagrant would bluster so at a knight commander himself.
No.
Nay, we two were once royal knights both, birds of a feather. And so, Radanth, I challenge you to a duel.
As a knight.
And should I win, I will halt this capricious execution. I stake my very life upon it. A duel, eh? You would gamble your life for this? You would be no match for me besides. Do you mean to run for my challenge, O commander of the honorable order? Death to traitors! Glory to the knight commander!
Do you see sense?
The people would have your answer. A duel is a sacred battle. As a knight, will you disregard it? Very well. Consider your foolish offer accepted. If you wish so badly to be reminded of the gulf between us, then I shall oblige you. Will as my witness. Where is yours?
Oi!
Naestum! Sir, you will be my witness. I trust I need not explain.
Well then.
We go to more discreet grounds. This will be a fierce battle indeed, and I do not wish to set the people ill at ease. I shall meet you before the Grand Gate.
Let's move.
Great Gates, my bad. Will, to me. We've come to the Great Gate outside the capital as instructed.
Here.
You chose a place far indeed from any audience. Had you more confidence, we could have settled this for all to see. No dying out there, Hulkenberg.
Now then.
Witnesses present and ready. Now then, let us fight with all honor and fairness. Draw your sword, Radanth. Ho ho! That will be quite unnecessary. Naestum! What? I can't move!
Absurd.
Fool, you and the whelp have made quite the names for yourselves. You think I'd do the deed right there, with the whole town watching? Naestum here was kind enough to bring a specialist igniter once outlawed. I thought killing you might take some extra measures. Hurts, doesn't it? Like 100 blades in one, slicing through every part of you. Enter pain, Naestum.
It was you.
Wait, stop! I told you, Will, do not interfere.
You cur.
Wait against despair. I would endure this pain 1,000-fold. What? How?
Redanth.
I wanted to believe you would accept my challenge in earnest, but now more than anything, I see I was a fool to have faith in you. Your strike brought him to his knees.
Redanth.
Your skills have dulled Redanth, and that nation fellow appears to have absconded. Victory is ours then. As wagered, your farce of an execution shall be stayed. How can this be? An heiress of nepotism propped up by nothing more than her lineage has no right to take what I've earned by ability alone.
Stop.
Took nothing from you. It was you alone who soiled, then abandoned your knightly path.
Speak no
Stay your tongue! I am nothing like you! You threw your title away, but I have a duty to maintain absolute order in the city, while the throne remains unoccupied.
Keep my word.
Do you think it's easy to keep the citizens in line? Do you think it's a simple matter? Our snares must succeed for us to eliminate resistance.
No.
A knight follows an oath of allegiance, not power alone. It is not a convenience of a title, nor means to bury one's own fears of inferiority. I'd hoped you and I might have one last fair duel as peers. The time for sentiment has passed. Our paths diverged long ago.
Hail.
Enough of this. Take away this fiend who mistook and abused the crown's power for his own. About time we got to step in. Take him away. Aye, sir.
My word.
Never thought you'd settle this in a duel. Not really a bloke to fight fair, is he? Who are you, anyway? Lady Holkenberg didn't say. We're Knights of the Shadow Guard. Redanth's been relieved of his duties as Knight Commander. As such, we're taking him into custody.
This time.
Anyhow, you really helped us out. We've been waiting for a chance to catch Redanth red-handed overstepping his bounds. I did mention, yes, I had to call upon a certain organization before we set forth. I'd been asked to help expose Redanth's wrongdoings. Having departed the knighthood, I was also free of certain limits imposed by the title. Still, you seemed pretty reluctant, Lady Holkenberg. Kept saying you'd convince Redanth to step down of his own volition. I wanted to believe that within him a knightly pride yet survived. Now, it is an outcome most unfortunate.
No.
But you were able to stop him.
True.
You're right, and I'd not have won without you, so thank you for seeing this through.
Yes.
We've already investigated his home, and have all the evidence we need. Seems he was executing certain people who'd gotten on the wrong side of the nobles. And those 8 that were to be hanged today, they were acquitted of all wrongdoing. It's not the Shadow Guard's true purpose, to be sure, but hard to overlook something like this. We thank you for your efforts in resolving the matter, Dame Knight.
A true knight.
He addressed me as a knight to a fellow knight. I cannot say I've lived up to such a title.
Incredible.
You certainly seem like a model knight to me, Holkenberg. You exaggerate, truly. I've a ways to go until that point. You still have yet to restore His Highness the Prince, after all. For now, though, your words are enough for me.
I thank you.
Thank you. Since I parted ways with Redanth, I'd thought I was no longer worthy of the company of friends. But the more I floundered on my own, the more distant any escape seemed, and I lost sight of the path ahead.
My thanks.
But now I've overcome the woman I once was. Thanks to you, Will. I feel Holkenberg's deep determination and trust in me.
She.
The steadfast vassal, Holkenberg, keeper and inheritor of the knight's virtues.
No.
Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee.
New power.
Bear this power, foster this connection, and by their strength, fulfill thy destiny.
Yes, I am your knight.
With rank 7, Holkenberg has given us the ability to study not only one archetype, but 2, the Paladin and Dark Knight. You can now study the Paladin in Academia, along with the Dark Knight.
Now then.
Let us return to the team. I am tired indeed. We have done all we can here. The only thing left to do is wait. The pursuits of the Shadow Guard are classified, of course. I am sorry to ask, but could you keep from mentioning these matters to our friends? Sure. And if you weren't terrified of Holkenberg before, I am now. She has connections to the underground military, essentially. Whew. And we got an extra support from somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll take it. Or maybe, just maybe, Hulkenberg's allegiance has finally changed to us being a worthy king. Nah, probably not. Now, next up on our list, we have Heisme and Juna, Alonso and Brigitte. Let's hang out with Heisme. Resigned to both the theft and his people's xenophobia, Heisme must still face his son's death. He decides to search the village again. Let's go help him. Now it remains to carry out our plan in Altabury. Question is, where does the spear fit into our schemes? My apologies, but I must ask a favor of you, specifically concerning my son's urn. I'd like to search the village. If you're otherwise unengaged, might we head there? Yeah, let's go.
I'm in your debt.
I am in your debt. I shall lead us there then. On guard for monsters, we made our way cautiously by carriage to the forest near Heisme's village. By Tadari's account, the remains weren't anywhere in the village. He searched homes, streets, even crawl spaces, but found no sign of it. It was surely the work of a villager. No doubt they hid the urn somewhere it would not be found. They did not have much time, scant moments to hide it, to avoid arousing suspicions, which means our culprit must have potentially buried it?
Sure.
Maybe they buried it.
No.
If they buried it within the village, there'd be traces of disturbed earth that would have escaped Tadari's eye. Suppose it went like this. A villager disagrees with Tadari, but isn't confident in speaking out directly. And then suddenly, they find themselves alone with the urn. Then, they seize the bones and hurry outside the village. An act of impulse.
Then
If true, we're sure to find some traces on this road leading to the village. Let's keep an eye out as we move along.
there.
There it is.
Oh,
Oh, thank goodness. And the bones inside are safe too.
Right.
Excellent detective work, Heisme. Whatever it takes to hold my son in my arms once again. Was placed haphazard in the shadow of a tree, easily found. It suggests to me that the culprit did not truly wish it to be lost to me forever. I can only think that as long as I give up on laying my son to rest here, that will satisfy them.
however,
But is that truly how this should end?
What?
What do you mean?
that's
It's the villagers. If they didn't want my son buried here, I would have rather them have been told. Had we talked openly, perhaps we could have found a spot of mutual satisfaction. But they staked no claim, hid themselves outright, and played at accepting me, demonstrating cowardice to one they esteemed an outsider. 'Tis a tendency that runs deep, yes, but the village's isolation has magnified it dramatically. With such a shadow cast, their trade and relations may never recover. There are children in that village too. Ought we really turn our backs on a village such as this? One that grows poorer and more isolated by the day? Should we try talking to the villagers about it? You're right. The adults of the village need to address this, for their children's sake, if nothing else. I'd like to speak with Tadari and the others once again.
for our
My time with
future.
you has all changed me for the better. Now the time has come to pass that favor on to the villagers. I can sense Heisme's kind-hearted determination and deep trust in.
I found a way to change. Surely they too.
I hope so, Heisme. Rank 6 gives us another inherited slot for the thief lineage, and while in reserve, Heisme will gain experience at the normal rate. Could I ask you to indulge my selfishness just a bit longer?
My thanks.
Thank you. Let's head back for today and return when we're ready. Oh, hey, a letter from Barton. I hope this package has made it to you safely and that you find its contents useful. However I can assist you, I will. I don't know how he found us here in Eht Ria, but sure. Life-saving medicine. I'll take it. Okay,
Speaking of
since we've got some time before the fake lance is ready, I let Basilio and Fidelia know that we're going to settle in here for a little bit. And I'd imagine they respond to that with a chummy little nod and a smile. Hardly. So I made something up about how the tide was too unstable to sail on, I mean, what's one more little lie on top of the hate? They bought it, I think.
Most helpful.
Is that so? Well, that works in our favor. Now we must simply carry on as we normally do, doing all our usual activities, so as not to arouse suspicions. Alright, sounds good to us. Thanks, Juna. Okay, well, since we are stuck here, might as well do some requests. And for that, we actually need to leave Eht Ria, and let's go over to Grand Trad or anywhere that has a recruitment center.
Let's go.
Because we are going to grab something from here. I know. Why else were we going to a recruitment center other than to grab a hunt bill? Duh. I want to see the bounties. Gimme. We have the Psychropos. I think I was mispronouncing that back during the Dragon Grace Shinjuku. I think I was saying like the Psychropos or something, but it was wrong. It was wrong, 100%. The Psychropos, ruffian ringleader. I need to slay the Psychropos in Scoundrel's Hold, southeast of Grand Trad. The informant at the Hush Honeybee Inn in Grand Trad should have more details. 90,000 Reeve for completing this. The contract this time is to exterminate the one-eyed monster, Psychropos. I almost said it again wrong there. There's a cave near Grand Trad that used to be used by bandits. Some Goborns chased them out, and it's a Goborn nest now. It seems like the Goborns are imitating the bandits and are attacking merchants and travelers. We can't leave them be. On top of that, the Goborns seem to be following the orders of this one-eyed beast. Will you take it out before they cause any more damage? Yeah, sure, leave it to us. Thank you for the help. Truth be told, we've already had a number of bounty hunters come running back, tail between their legs. The Goborns are in a cave called Scoundrel's Hold, near Grand Trad. That village Ligno's on the way. We're supposed to have some real nice stuff there. I'd save up before going if I were you. As for details about the Cyclopean beast, Psychropos, well, the informant should have a thing or two. As proof you've taken down the bounty, bring back the enormous eyeball. Ugh. With that, you'll get your rewards. I'm counting on you now.
Let's do it.
I need to slay the Psychropos in Scoundrel's Hold. 90,000 Reeve. Gimme. That is to the east. And it'll be a full day's travel.
And right,
Alright.
there's a labyrinth.
Good to know. Well, of course, since it's Idle's Day, there's, of course, going to be discounts if you need to utilize those. But for right now, we're going to be going to the toilet. And then I guess we'll be heading our way to the Scoundrel's Hole. Of course, get our extra luck. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Also, make sure to check the pantry, as always. Hey, we also got some more recipes. The Almighty Golden Stew, the Amber Stew, and the Enchanted Pottage. We should be able to make quite a few things for sure. We can't make any of the new stuff, which is unfortunate. But, we'll be fine. Okay. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and depart for the Scoundrel's Hole.
Now then, what
Route to
should we
mountain.
do?
Yes, yes.
Now then.
Now then, how far do I run? We want to go to the Scoundrel's Hold. This cave, once used as a thieves' hideout, is an alleged treasure trove of stolen jewels, but none who sought it ever returned. And on the way there, we will also run into Ligno, a terrible name for a town if you ask me, a village that once flourished by exporting timber. Desertification has put an end to that, but it still prospers as a trading post. Which kind of implies that Grand Trad, the desert, the Tradia Desert, was not originally a desert. It seems like it was some kind of grassland, but is recently turned into a desert. Interesting. Anyways, it'll take 2 days for us to get there, but we'll get there. Being it was a thieves' hideout, there may be treasure stashed inside, so let's keep an eye out.
Let's be off.
But remember, our primary objective is the bounty. Chase 2 rabbits and you'll catch neither. Now that I think about it, the informant in the royal capital might have some information on this place. We can head out without it too. I guess we probably should actually go and get that information, shouldn't we? Of course, the informant is here in the Hush Honeybee Inn. Hello there, Fabienne. We're just stopping by. Sorry, say hi to Maria for me. Let's see here. I want to purchase stuff about the Scoundrel's Hold.
One in on this.
Scoundrel's Hold is a den for all sorts of riffraff. It was once the home of bandits, but it's been since claimed by a horde of Goborns. From what I understand, the Goborns drove away the bandits who first settled there. Now they prey on any travelers unlucky to pass through.
Really?
We heard about them at the recruitment center. Are they really as wily as they say? Yes, they're clever little bastards. Their den was originally built by bandits, so pursuing the Goborns within may prove to be tricky.
Just between us.
And it won't be just Goborns you need to worry about. There's also the one-eyed Psychropos there that's said to be in charge of the lot. fighting the whole Goborn horde would be a suicide mission, so that's probably why the bounty is the Psychopropos. Some of the Goborn cronies are capable of using magic and won't hesitate if it means stopping them. Problem is, if you eliminate them first, the Psychopropos will have a meltdown, and good luck if that happens. So leave them alive and focus on disabling their magic while you take down the boss. Spears and bows are effective here. That's about the extent of my information. If you still choose to go, stay vigilant. Okay, Pierce, which is going to be pretty useful here, and to not destroy do not kill his ads. Pretty important.
All right, then.
All right, now let's head over to the Gauntlet Runner. I want to run them over to the Scoundrel's Hold. Let's go. Hello there! Can you hear me? Nurse's voice is echoing out of the runner phone. There's some sort of altar that's appeared on the lounge. Eupha said something about it possessing divine powers, so give it a look. Eupha has arranged an altar in the lounge. Use it to dedicate a heartfelt prayer to another person, which may increase their maximum oomph.
What to pick?
Pretty useful stuff here. She's just gonna be hanging out over here by the altar cleaning her mask. I love Eupha's design. She's a really good character too. So yeah, the altar is right here. Really pretty too. Anyways, now that we have just departed for the Scoundrel's Hold, we're going to go ahead and stop for the day. Next time on Metaphori Fantazio, we will reach the Scoundrel's Hold and deal with the enemies there. So, with that said, we'll see you soon.